Well, certainly quite a very joyful celebration here at the Chinese Embassy in Pretoria. 74 years anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. So many speakers really have spoken about the importance also of South Africa-China relations. But joining us now is the Charge d'Affaires here at the Embassy, Mr. Lee. So once again, thank you so much indeed for your time, Charge d'Affaires. You spoke about the very significant journey that China has undertaken, the rapid economic development, social stability, and a lot of issues. Tell us about the importance of today.
Thank you again. It's a pleasure to be here. Actually, today is the day to mark the anniversary celebration, 74 years. 74 years is a long journey. If you have one people's lifetime, it's at least 2 generations. That means in 2 generations' time, China has developed to such a level that we have been able to make our people live a much better life in 74 years. And you know, at this very time, it must be the time that we must remember those of our ancestors, the previous leaders, and it's them who have paved the way for all that's happening afterwards. And now, with the leadership of President Xi Jinping, with the leadership of SABC, we can see we are moving on the right track of the development path with Chinese socialist characteristics. What does that mean? It means we are developing a country that's based on 5 ideas, development ideas. The first one is innovative development. We must innovate because we are living in a VUCA world that's volatile, that's uncertain, that's complex, that's ambiguous. In such a world, at such a time, it needs innovation. And China is working on innovation. Second, we are working on coordinated development or integrated development. Because China is so vast, the world is so different, so vast, we must coordinate all the development within China and also with outside China. I mentioned about these 3 areas, the vicinity around Beijing, around Shanghai, around Guangzhou. Actually, this is the place we are expecting reform and opening up again. We are experimenting with coordinating developments surrounding this area. We know they are the powerhouse, Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou. Now they are expanding their power to other areas, the surrounding areas, to make other areas develop fast again.
South Africa is a member of BRICS, and like you say, it's a very uncertain world. But we see that countries like South Africa and China are pushing for a multipolar world. What can we learn from the Chinese experience? I mean, you've had your own challenges that you had to overcome, where you've uplifted over 800 million people out of poverty. Surely there are some valuable lessons for Africa there.
Personally speaking, I went to some of the villages in South Africa, in Northwest Province, in Limpopo, and also in Free States. I can see from the eyes of the people living in the village the aspiration to live a better life. This is the same as it's happening in China. I went to villages in China. I saw the eyes of the kids. I saw the eyes of their parents. The parents want their kids to live a better life, to have better education. And here in South Africa, the same happens. And we are trying to have a poverty alleviation pilot village in cooperation with South African governments. In that case, we work together, sharing our experience, sharing our inspirations, and sharing our future.
And just before I let you go, Charge d'Affaires, it's going to be a very interesting time. We know that FOCAC, it's more like a broader sub-Saharan Africa and South Africa included, of course. I mean, what can we look forward to that in terms of cementing of these important ties with the African continent and China?
In this VUCA world, in this complex world, people in the global south, one goal is very clear for them, for every one of them, for development, to live a better life. If it's for development, we should reorient towards development goal, to this sustained development goal of the UN, to this 2063 of the AU goal. So that means if we have this goal in our eyes, in the front of us, we should keep to this goal, and we should keep to implement this goal. So everything we do, we should do to improve development, to improve through development, to improve the livelihood of the people.
All right, Dafei, thank you so much indeed. Of course, that's Mr. Li right here at the Chinese Embassy, talking about the importance as well of South Africa-China relations. Of course, it's a milestone for the People's Republic of China, marking 74 years of anniversary since the founding of PRC. And so many South African eminent people are around us, the cabinet ministers, and so many people as well. Khayelihle Khumalo, SABC News, Pretoria.